game of the season. This club have not defensive about it.
Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another match reaction video. First things first, guys, make sure you smash up the like, subscribe if you're new around here, all of that good stuff. And can you believe it? Chelsea are in the Club World Cup final. Yes, that's right. Chelsea are Club World Cup finalists. 2-0 win against Fluminense in New York to set up a massive game against Real Madrid or PSG. Joao Pedro, special, world class. What a debut, what a first start. 2 unbelievable goals, unbelievable strikes from the Brazilian against his boyhood club. And I can't believe it. 3 weeks ago, if you'd said to me, Chelsea are going to be in the Club World Cup final, I wouldn't have believed you. I wouldn't have believed you whatsoever. Not many of us, myself, as I just said, would have said we're going to reach the Club World Cup final. I would have put last 16 quarterfinals at best because of how the route was looking in terms of it was probably going to be PSG in the knockout rounds. But actually that defeat to Flamengo has worked wonders for us, as well as Benfica beating Bayern Munich. But you make your own luck along the way. But this was a great performance. I was really, really impressed with what I saw, you know. Such a good tournament as a whole. Yes, there were some lethargic periods in that game, but that makes sense. Long season, long tournament, the heat as well. But there was virtual complete domination from us, the perfect setup from Maresca. And it feels like he's giving the players more freedom than what we saw last season. Now, in terms of the starting lineup itself, yeah, there wasn't really any surprises. Obviously, a shame to see Reece James miss out, but it is what it is. I think that was to be expected. Still no Romeo Lavia, and obviously Dario Asugu missed out with a slight muscular problem. But, you know, Trev and Tosin at the back, Gusto at right back. We had Nkunku starting again as well. We had Joao Pedro through the middle instead of Nicholas Jackson, which I think is quite a telling decision from Maresca. And I think that definitely casts further doubts into Jackson's future. And I think that could certainly be one to watch over the coming days. No doubt about it. But look, this was a good performance. First half, we were good. Really enjoyed the first half, to be fair. And every man in that starting 11, apart from Robert Sanchez, was brilliant. Everyone to a man, brilliant. Again, absolutely class. But we got to start with Joao Pedro. We got to start with the Brazilian magician. What a debut. What a full debut. I can't really think of anyone, and please let me know in the comments, has anyone had a better full debut for Chelsea than Joao Pedro in recent times? Man of the match, slapped in 2 unbelievable goals against his boyhood club, and was just a threat and a menace throughout. And that, so far, on early evidence, is looking like money really, really well spent. Now, it's important not to get carried away, but it's looking like money well spent, and it's looking like this guy's going to be a top signing for us. Was deployed down the middle as a number 9, looks comfortable as a 9, can play as a 10, can play wide as well. This guy is going to be a much better and more effective version of Christopher Nkunku for us. There's absolutely no doubt about it. But Joao Pedro is special. Thiago Silva himself said it after the game. He called him special. Like, you can see the ability there. You can see the talent there. And I'm moved. I'm loving what I'm seeing. You know, I had a few little question marks over the signing in terms of, is it the level raiser that we need? Well, certainly on the evidence so far, early evidence is it's looking like that Joao Pedro is raising levels. And that's what we want at Chelsea. That's what we want. More Samba magic, more Brazilian skills. We've got Esteval Willian to come in as well. And it's certainly looking exciting. But that first strike outside of the box, like one of them finesse finishes on FIFA. And then that second one, it's a great break from Chelsea. And he smashes one into the roof of the net off the underside of the bar. Looking like a special player, looking like a top player, and everything that we wanted. And you can see exactly why Chelsea decided to spend that money on him when there were a few question marks from people about it. There were a few question marks about it. But yeah, I mean, when you've been starved, you know, of top quality forwards, and you see someone come in and do that, it's just like, wow. Unbelievable. But again, I think Joao Pedro is proof, by the way, that when you play with better players, your game will elevate more. No disrespect to Brighton, But now that he's at Chelsea with better players, you will see his level go up. Absolutely no doubt about it. No doubt about it at all. And fair play to the owners and the directors for getting this deal done and getting the job done, because it was very, very good to get Joao Pedro in, and he's looking like a top player. But yeah, look, a couple of negatives from the night. I suppose Moises Caicedo went over on his ankle late on. Really disappointing there, but he carried on. There were no subs left. He took to Instagram and said, see you on Sunday, Blue. So I'm not sure there's any real problem there, but Maresca did confirm he'd rolled his ankle, but he seems to be some sort of superhuman, so I'd expect him to be available. And then Robert Sanchez as well. Like, guys, you can see how much this Chelsea team is progressing, how this young squad is growing, how much quality that we've got. What are we doing with Robert Sanchez in goal still? What are we doing? There, one moment absolutely summed him up when he just stood on his line and got megged, and Cucurella had to clear it off the line. He didn't come out, should have come out and collected the ball. It's just brain dead IQ from Sanchez. Elite goalkeepers gain you points, poor goalkeepers cost you points. It's very, very simple. Robert Sanchez is not good enough if we want to make progress. And shortly, we're going to sell Petrovic possibly to Bournemouth, and Bournemouth are going to have a better goalkeeper than us. Make it make sense. We have got to go and address the goalkeeping position. We are making big strides forward, but we're not going to be able to get any further with that Robert Sanchez bozo in goal. So go and sort it out this summer. Please, please, please go and sort it out. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I can't quite believe what I'm seeing. I can't quite believe what I'm seeing from this Chelsea team. It seems to be we're hard to beat. There's that steely determination, and that winning mentality. Maybe we're starting to see what Willie Eiler, the former rugby league star, is bringing to this team. Much mocked when he came in, myself included, but maybe we're seeing what Willie Eiler's bringing, instilling that winning mentality into this group and into these players. And what I would say is that without the win against Nottingham Forest, and probably without the win in the Conference League final, I don't think we get anywhere near this Club World Cup final. Those two wins are possibly era-defining under Enzo Maresca, and have done so much for this group in terms of confidence, and I'm really impressed with the tactical tweaks that I'm seeing Maresca, and it's definitely exciting and encouraging ahead of next season. It really is. It really is. And we will not forget those people that were dancing and celebrating about us, thinking we were going to go under when we went under sanctions. But sorry to say, the Chelsea demise has been greatly exaggerated. We are one game away from becoming world champions. One game away from becoming world champions. One game away, guys. But I mean, yeah, insane. Absolutely insane. I mean, I can't believe it. Everyone to a man, as I said, was brilliant. Pedro Neto again deserves a mention. His levels have gone up massively in this tournament and towards the end of the season. He is now looking like a nailed-on starter in this team and a really, really important player. Direct, taking players on, getting past players. He's playing in really difficult circumstances after the passing of Diogo Jota. So, fair play to him. His mentality, his resilience, and his quality is now shining through, and he's doing really, really good job. Tosin and Trevor Chalobah at the back at centre-half. Brilliant, brilliant performance from those two. Enzo and Caicedo, who said those guys couldn't play in a pivot? Palmer causing issues. Even Nkunku had a pretty decent game as well. And we've talked about Pedro, and we've obviously talked about Neto as well. I mean, also, by the way, a big, big shout out to Enzo Maresca, because he's taken pelters from a lot of the Chelsea fan base throughout the season. At this point, if you're hating on Enzo Maresca, you've got some sort of issue. You've got some sort of disgusting personal agenda against him, because what he is doing right now is an outstanding job. We have won 13 of our last 15 games in all competitions. That is some going. With those two defeats, obviously one against Flamengo, and I can't remember the other one. But 13 wins from our last 15 games is outstanding. And we are building some real momentum. And this is going to be a big, big test in the final to see how far this team has come, going up against European heavyweights and arguably two of the best teams in Europe at this point in time. But I mean, I'm absolutely delighted. Absolutely delighted. I mean, what a time to be a Chelsea fan, eh? What a time to be a Chelsea fan. Unbelievable. Never did I think we'd do it at all. It wasn't a dream. It's real. Chelsea are Club World Cup finalists. Wow. Wow. Just well done to the boys. And yeah, outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. I'm looking forward to Sunday's final. It's going to be a big, big spectacle. And let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do, guys. But let's enjoy the moment, and then we'll focus on Sunday and focus on trying to bring home a second trophy of the season. And if we can do that, it'll be scenes, unbelievable scenes. And maybe you could say Chelsea are back. Who knows? But that's my thoughts on the game, guys. Make sure you smash up the like, subscribe if you're new around here, all that good stuff. Up the Chelsea, and I'm out. Peace.